Hi, I'm Ariel Grace, and today's psychic tip is about pendulums. How to use them, how to pick them, and a little bit more about them because pendulums are really an awesome tool to work with when you want yes or no or true or false answers. Okay, and they're really good for dowsing for water, dowsing for like electric lines, dowsing for finding things. So they're an awesome tool to have if you're into pendulums. Now some people are not, and whenever I have done shows that were not metaphysical shows but I had the pendulums out, people would be like, oh, you don't have to be afraid of a pendulum. It is only a tool, and it is a personal tool. It is not something that a lot of people should use, right? So when you pick your pendulum, it's yours. Okay? All right. So, and I wrote a chapter about pendulums in my book, I'm Psychic, Not Telepathic. You can find it on Amazon or on my website at arielgrace.net. Okay, so I want to introduce you to, ta-da, Junior. Hello, Junior. So Junior is a gem quality quartz crystal. He's a little tiny one. That's why he's called Junior. And so Junior is on a 5.5-inch copper chain with a quartz crystal top. Okay, so Junior has been with me for a while, and he's really good at dowsing and pinpointing things for me, like when I'm looking at maps or when I am looking for something. He's really good at finding things. And you want to stop? Stop. He's playing around right now. All right. So when you hold your pendulum, when you're looking and you're holding your pendulum, always hold them from the tippy top. Don't hold them from the chain because you choke off the energy. All right. So you want to hold them by their top. And you don't have to hold them really tight. You just hold them. Hi. Okay, stop. Show me yes. So the first thing you ask a pendulum when you're picking them out is to ask them to show you yes and no. This is Junior's yes. So he's going this way. All right. Stop. Okay. Show me no. Okay. Stop. Show me who cares. He's going in a circle right now. So that's what I call I don't know or anything. It's like, who cares? So Junior does that for me. Stop. So he helps me pinpoint things or douse for things. He's really good at that. He has a lot of energy, and I've been working with him for a long time. Okay. So when I first started working with pendulums, they would not move. It was very frustrating. So it took me a while to just relax and be able to work with the pendulums. All right. And my friend Vicky was like, you need to close your eyes so you stop stressing out about the thing moving. Because it did. It upset me that the pendulum wouldn't move. So I started out like that. I started out by closing my eyes and allowing the pendulum to move. And slowly but surely, it did start to move, and I was able to work with it better and become more comfortable with it. Because when you have an expectation or when you have like a decisive answer in your brain about it, the pendulum usually won't move. It'll just be like, I'm not doing nothing. So when you ask a pendulum a question, make it simple, to the point, and it's not actually a question. You're making a statement. So my statement always to you when I'm testing pendulums is, it's for my highest and greatest good to eat a pound of chocolate. And the pendulum will immediately say, no. Even though chocolate is my favorite thing, the pendulum will still say, no. So you don't want to ask it a bunch of questions all at once, and you also want to clear your mind. So if you have more than one question to ask your pendulum, write a note, like write it down on a notepad and keep it with you. Ask one question at a time, keeping the answers, writing down your yes or no answers, okay? Because that is the best way to do it, so that you don't get a still pendulum or a crazy pendulum that spins a lot. So your yes and no questions may differ from my yes and no answers, So you'll want to test your pendulum to see how it moves for yes and how it moves for no. Because with everyone, because we are individuals and each pendulum has its own individual energy, it will do its thing, however, which way it does it, okay? And whatever resonates with you. All right, so this is Pink. Say hi, Pink. So Pink is made out of resin, and she has a copper coil on the inside, right? She's really pretty, right? Isn't she pretty? My friend made her for me, and said, like, I like pink. So, okay, stop. So she helps me with most readings. If I come up to a place during a reading where there's just too much energy, too much energy going on, too much information coming in, she'll help me decipher what is the best place to start during a reading. She's really good at that. And she's a very happy pendulum, right? So she is like gonna spin a little bit. So I'm not doing anything with my hand. I know you can't see the top of my hand. My hand actually shakes a lot because I have some things going on in my hands and they don't work as well as they used to. So my hands actually shake a lot, but she seems to be pretty steady right now. So if your hands shake and you need to brace your hand or brace your elbow or something like that while you're working with your pendulum, do so. That way, you get a really good answer, a clear answer. I'm letting her spin right now because all pendulums like to spin. So when you pick up your pendulum and you're just talking like I'm talking, you'll watch. If you look over, you'll see your pendulum like, oh, I'm spinning, woohoo, so they're having fun. You want to make sure when you buy a pendulum that your chain is at least 5.5 inches long. All right. You want it that long because you want it to move. So I always hold the tippy tops, the very top of the pendulum, so that they can move. All right, so Pink. Hey, it's for my highest and greatest good to have a pound of chocolate today. No. See. So, and you can use my test question if you want. But I use that because it's fun and I already know the answer to it, right? And so that way when I'm in the shops and I'm looking for pendulums, I'm able to tell which ones resonate with me and which ones don't. Now, just because I have a resin pendulum and a quartz crystal pendulum doesn't mean that you should. You should test the pendulums and go for the ones that you're most attracted to. because that is where you'll start to feel that vibe, that connection, that bonding happen. Now, I've had Pink, I think, for 2 or 3 years, and Junior has been with me for over a decade. So I have other pendulums that I use for chakra balancing and clearing, and those are like rose quartz and a lapis one. So I don't have them out right now because they're packed, but I do use them for that. And so you can make your own pendulum. Midwives used to string up needles on string and to be able to predict the baby's sex for pregnant women. And so that's how they use their pendulums. I had a friend that used to use her keys as a pendulum. Um, so it's up to you to decide, what your pendulum is. It could be metal, it could be stone. So it's up to you. It's what you resonate with. Okay. There are also charts on Amazon, pendulum charts, that you can also use for your pendulum to point you in different directions if you have life questions. But when you do ask your questions, or you say your statements for true and false, make sure you ask one at a time and give a moment for the pendulum to answer you. Remember that the pendulum is part of you, right? It's your higher self speaking to you. It's assisting you. So a pendulum can assist you with connecting to your higher self and your inner guidance, so that you're starting to practice with it and you're getting used to it, and then you'll start to follow, right? You'll start to follow through with what you are asking for, or your inner guidance, your intuition, and starting trusting yourself more when making decisions, right? So that's our little pendulum thing today. If you have any questions or anything, you can leave them in the comments and I'll get back to you. It's always fun to play with pendulums and to use them, right? Because they can assist you so much in such a simple way, and it's so great. All right, so have a wonderful day, and remember, keep your heart open and align with the energy of love. I'll see you next time. Bye.